We've gone around the world a bit, and now it's time to return to the continent of North America as we focus on some of the greatest, most powerful superheroes from America itself. Join me as we count down the top 10 most powerful superheroes from the United States of America. I always thought it was funny that North America is North America, because it's like we're here too, like we're on this continent, but it's North America. I think it was named before America was America though. Back when it was like the Americas and it was like a colony. Number 10, Batman. Batman might not have any superpowers to speak of, but he's such a powerful dude on his own, he really doesn't need them. I think that's why he has always been one of my favorite superheroes. He doesn't need superpowers to be super. His determination, focus, and commitment to what he believes in is what makes him an unstoppable force. Is he maybe the cause of a lot of the villains in Gotham? Did he maybe kind of create them by himself? Maybe. But when something even grander than his own baddies comes along, you'll definitely be happy to have Batman on your side. Also, despite not having superpowers, Batman has been a longtime leader of the Justice League, which just goes to show you how revered he is even among heroes who are on a god tier level like Superman and Wonder Woman. Number 9, Captain America. I can't believe Captain America is at number 9 on a most powerful list, but hey, here we are. There are honestly just a lot of powerhouse superheroes that hail from the United States between both Marvel and DC, possibly because they're both American publishers. Could have something to do with it. Captain America is Stephen Rogers, who was born in and hails from Manhattan, New York, and is actually considered a second-generation immigrant, as his parents were actually both from Ireland and immigrated to the US. Captain America joined the Super Soldier program during World War II and became the only one who was able to undergo the transformation into a super soldier at that time, due to the death of Dr. Erskine. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want more powerful superheroes from the United States, because there's a lot, be sure to let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. Goodness knows there's a lot. There's gonna be so many people in the comments who are gonna be like, what about this person? What about this person? We're like, there's too many. They're so good. There's too many. Number 8, Invisible Woman. When it comes to powerhouses, Susan Storm really does take the cake for me on the FF, the Fantastic Four. Her powers allow her to turn invisible, but that's not all. She can also create powerful psionic force fields that are also impervious even to telekinetic attacks, protecting those behind or inside the barrier. And we don't just mean any telekinetic attack either, we mean Jean Grey, who is known for being an amazingly powerful psionic mutant and hero, and once attempted to get past Sue's shields using telekinesis and couldn't manage to do so. Invisible Woman is one of those characters who rarely gets hyped for her power, and so I thought now would be a good time to do so. Hype up Sue, she's great. While she often chooses to hold back, Sue could easily kill most enemies just by popping small force fields into their brain and then expanding them, and we've seen her threaten to do this before and kinda do it before too. Oh, it's so bad. Imagine if Invisible Woman was a villain, that would be dangerous. Sue Storm was born in Glenville, Long Island in New York and is a citizen of the United States of America. Number 7, Green Lantern. Although there are a slew of Green Lanterns from Earth, and more specifically from the United States, for the purpose of this list I'll be focusing on one of the most powerful Green Lanterns we've had from America, which is Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan for most people is probably still one of the first names that comes to mind when you think of the Green Lantern mantle. While he's had to face his dark side and the fear that grew within him when he was possessed and influenced by Parallax, Hal Jordan is still known for having some of the strongest willpower of not just the Lanterns of Earth, but also the Lanterns across the cosmos. Of course, as I said, there are also other Green Lanterns from the US who have also become synonymous with the Green Lantern moniker, and who have also been known for their great power, including Jon Stewart, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and Alan Scott. Just to name a few. There's even more than that. If we do a part 2, there's definitely going to be some more Green Lanterns on there, because yeah, there's a lot of amazingly powerful Green Lanterns. Number 6, Swamp Thing. When it comes to the magical realm of DC, there are quite a few standout powerhouses, but among them is one hero that we don't often talk about on Top 10 Nerd, but who definitely deserves to be respected for the power that they wield. That is Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is more of a magical avatar that represents something much larger than just the United States, the cosmic force known as the Green. It's true, but Alec Holland, who merged with the swamp to become Swamp Thing, was himself American. It is important to note that, so that makes Swamp Thing at least partly American himself, as while he's not really Alec Holland anymore, he still has Alec Holland's consciousness within him, with Holland becoming something new when the being known as Swamp Thing came to be. Of course, it also depends on what story we're talking about for Swamp Thing, because in some he's more Alec Holland and in others he's less Alec Holland, so yeah, kinda depends. And the continuity we're talking about. Number 5, Doctor Strange. Obviously we have to have some magic on the list, hence why we talked about Swamp Thing previously, especially considering that I think magic is actually one of the most powerful areas of the Marvel Universe and overall various comic book publishers' universes as well, including obviously DC. Doctor Strange is probably one of the most powerful and most knowledgeable magic users we have within the Marvel Universe at least, and he is often known for holding the title of Sorcerer Supreme. Currently, he is dead in the Marvel Universe, but even that was something that kind of happened on his own terms. He found a way to return, but knew that, he couldn't, or rather, shouldn't stay, and so chose to let go and fade back into death after his murder was solved and the world was successfully safe once more. Magic is immensely powerful because if you have the skill and knowledge, you can pretty much do almost anything with it. As long as it's within the rules of magic, that is. Magic does usually have rules, otherwise it would just be crazy, it'd be too powerful. Number 4, The Flash. The Flash, I think, has always kind of been one of the most powerful heroes out there because if you can go fast enough, a lot of other things become possible. Well, assuming you can go fast enough and you don't suffer any adverse effects of going fast. You don't just go up into flames or something like that. But in the DC universe, and when we're talking about the Speed Force and Flash, adverse effects don't usually come into play, so whew, thank goodness. For this list, I'm going with Wally West, who is known for being an even faster Flash than the previous Flash, Barry Allen, Wally's uncle. Wally grew up in Central City, which, while fictional in the continuity, is located in the United States. Originally, Central City was actually said to be in Ohio State, but in more recent times it's been implied to be more in Missouri State. That's commonly where you see it now. Number 3, Hulk. The Hulk obviously has to make the cut for this list, considering that Bruce Banner is of course American and is known for being the strongest there is when it comes to his power levels. Well, the Hulk is known for that. I guess Bruce Banner isn't known for that. I mean, it's one of Hulk's catchphrases, so it's gotta be true. He's the strongest there is. It's just how it goes. Bruce Banner himself was born in Dayton, Ohio, and would grow up to become one of the most famed theoretical physicists, specializing in the area of nuclear physics and gamma radiation. In fact, it is believed today that Bruce himself is the go-to person on Earth in the Marvel Universe when it comes to gamma radiation, and it's implied in the comics that basically no one knows more than Bruce on this subject. So not only do we have the powerful brains of Bruce Banner, but we also get the unstoppably powerful brawn of Hulk, who is known for being notoriously hard to defeat in battle because of how tough and physically strong he is. Also, he can jump. Oh, he can though, he can jump pretty high. Number 2, Superman. While Superman might actually be Kryptonian from birth and an alien from another planet, he grew up in the United States in Smallville, Kansas. Once again, like the fictional cities of Flash's home, Central City, and Bruce Wayne's home of Gotham, Smallville is also a fictional place, a small town. Kal-El may be from another world, but his life and his loved ones are all here on Earth, and he grew up in rural America. And so I think that really makes him more American than Kryptonian deep down. After all, in both America and here in Canada, there are so many people from around the world who come to these nations and make them their new home, immigrating here and then becoming citizens. And that's part of what the American dream means to a lot of people. Superman himself is probably one of the most powerful superheroes in all of DC Comics. He can really do it all, and back in his earlier days, now technically relegated to another continuity, he really could do it all, as his power set would actually fluctuate based on the powers needed for him to solve the problem and save the day in the story. Now we don't have that, but he's still crazy powerful. Number 1, Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is really one of the most powerful heroes we have over at Marvel Comics. While we don't talk about him as much, he definitely deserves to be acknowledged on this list. Blue Marvel is Adam Brashear, who is American and was born in Chicago, Illinois. I am happy that we gotta have someone rep Chicago on this list as well, as it is a massive city and I believe it deserves some love. Also, I was a little worried that all my most powerful US heroes for this list, especially from Marvel, might end up being from New York. There are a lot of New York-based and born heroes in Marvel Comics, probably because Marvel's main office for so long was located in New York City. Adam Brashear has some explosive powers, as his power set is based in antimatter. His ability to absorb antimatter and therefore his unique physiology give him a long list of powers, including cosmic awareness, super strength, super durability, being nigh invulnerable, matter manipulation, and antimatter manipulation. That's his whole thing after all. Oh, and he also just happens to be a genius as well outside of his superpowers. And he also served in the US Marine Corps, so he also definitely knows how to fight, if he needs to fight. Who are some of your favorite most powerful heroes who hail from the United States? There were a lot we did not get to mention here. There are just so many amazing American heroes, so what do you think? Should we give you a part 2? And let us know if we do a part 2 who you want to see on that list. What are some other areas of the world you would like to visit when it comes to talking about powerful superheroes? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.